Hey everybody, Corey Brewer with Windermere Property Management. This is our July market update for the real estate community. Um, in our next newsletter, we're going to be linking to a podcast that I just did recently. It's about a half hour long where I really develop the ideas that I'm just sharing in this quick, brief little market update video that you might play at your next office meeting. Just came out of our fastest spring leasing market that we've had since 2015. Our days on market were about half what they were last year. So the rental market is moving quickly. I think we're starting to see some effects of the rising mortgage interest rates, which really seem to start moving up in May. January through April, things kind of were holding pretty steady in terms of the housing sales market. And I ran some numbers, and we post our 6-month stats to the website, and those are going to be available as well. You can really dig into it that way too. But what we saw was I looked at it as a percentage of homes that were sold during 1 month to the next, and January through April, for every 100 homes that sold throughout King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties, there were about 5 that didn't sell. And I mean by that, they came off the market because they either expired or canceled. In May, that jumped up to about 10, 11%. In June, that jumped up to about 21%. So for every 100 homes that sold, there were 21 that did not sell. And I'm recording this video on July 8th. I looked at the numbers for the first week of July, 46. For every 100 homes that sold, there were 46 that didn't sell. Compared to the first week of July last year, that 46 is up from 9. So a pretty significant shift there. I think what we're ultimately getting towards is more balance, which is probably going to be a good thing for everyone long term. What started to happen is we're getting a lot more referral calls, and we really appreciate that and could not be more grateful for those. We're at about twice as many referrals this spring as we were last spring. And it's really interesting to see that because we're starting to get referral calls on a 4-bedroom house in the Sammamish Plateau, for example. And that is the type of referral that we haven't really had for the last couple of years because that house sold very quickly. And here in this later spring, as the market has started to turn a little bit, that house attempted to sell, and for whatever reason it did not, and the owners decided, okay, maybe we turn this over to a rental, and we really appreciate their referral call. Talking to a couple people on my team here, we're looking at how might the leasing market lag behind the sales market, and are we going to see some of these same effects 6 months down the road? And we really think that right now is kind of going to be the time before the end of summer. We kind of feel like there might be this I don't know what the number is going to be, but there may be quite a few houses that try to sell over the summer. Ultimately, they don't, and then look to our help for leasing in the fall. And just kind of thinking ahead, like maybe that'll happen. Maybe at that time, there'll be more inventory for people to choose from, and those homes may not lease as quickly as they would here in July, August, September. So just something to think about. As your clients might hit pause on the sell option and try again next year, for example, we'd be happy to help them out for that year in between, which is a big part of what we do. I do want to caution people who aren't familiar with the leasing regulations. In a lot of different cities around the greater Seattle area, just the lease itself is not sufficient to be an enforceable lease. There are a number of cities, Seattle chief among them, where the city has produced this renter's handbook packet that needs to be attached to the lease. And there are several other cities that have that same thing as well. So that's just an example of knowing what you're getting into if you're going to be doing leasing activity, and making sure that you're protecting your client's best interest. We're also seeing bidding wars become a little bit more normal. Those are not allowed in the city of Seattle, but pretty much everywhere else they are in the region. don't be surprised if you're showing your client a rental home and you make an offer on it and you are responded with a call for a best offer. Submit your best and final offer. We're starting to see that stuff happen as well. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in this brief video. We've got our stat packet just about ready to roll out. Hopefully you can use that. Hopefully it's great information for you. I've updated my market presentation. And if anyone would like me to come out to your office and talk about this stuff in a little more depth, I'd be more than happy to. So happy summer. Look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, thanks.